What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the Samurai Radio Sports Network. And I don't know why it's running on its own. We'll go back to the beginning so that we can get all this going. But we are doing the first of the off-season Miami Dolphins mock drafts. I will try to get one out maybe once every, bi-weekly or once every week, whatever I seem fit. But we will be doing the Miami Dolphins. We will be doing a 7-round draft. And yeah, I guess we'll do Bleacher Report just because whatever in terms of big boards. Team needs, I already know what the team needs are, so whatever. Or I guess we could do user voted. So we'll do user voted. Let's just get right into this, man. Sorry for the the yawn there, but let's just get right into this. Bam. Oh, ready? Bam. There we go. So the Miami Dolphins mock draft is underway. Sam Darnold, Saquon Barkley, Darius Geis, Josh Jackson, Josh Rosen, Josh Allen, Bradley Chubb, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Connor Williams, and then Christian Wilkins. Which means to many Dolphins fans, there are 3 players on the board which a lot of Dolphins fans really want. Quentin Nelson, Raekwon Smith, and Baker Mayfield, all there at number 11. So you got Darnold, Barkley, then Josh Jackson, Rosen, Allen, just like that, back-to-back. Broncos, Jets, Bradley Chubb, Minkah Fitzpatrick to the Bears, Connor Williams, Christian Wilkins. I know a lot of Dolphins fans would want me to select Baker Mayfield, and I'd be very tempted to. I know a lot of Dolphins fans want Quentin Nelson, and I would be very tempted to, but look, the Dolphins do need a quarterback. I'm going to take a risk on something, okay? I'm going to see how the rest of the draft plays out, but I will select Baker Mayfield, number 11 overall. Look, I like Baker Mayfield a lot. Do I think the Dolphins should spend the 11th pick on them? No. If Raekwon Smith is there, I think you pick him. I don't think you pick a guard at 11. I mean, you can if you want, but it's always right now for the Dolphins, and should be always best player available. Take care of your needs during free agency. And during the draft, you should take the best player that's on the board. Right there and right then, for me, in my personal opinion, the best player on the board was Baker Mayfield. Take it or leave it, all right? So apparently we have the 10th pick in this round, and we need a center or a backup center. We need tight end. Don't really need corner. We need edge rushers. But I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with a tight end. And I've heard good things about Mark Andrews. But we're going to go Dallas Goedert at number 10 in the second round from South Dakota State. So just like that. And who picked 11? I'm a little curious. I can't really read it right now. Let's go up so I can see it. No, that's not going to show me, is it? I just want to see 11. 11 was Oakland. No. Miami, no. I don't know who 11 was. I'll see it right now. No, 11 was the Patriots. But we picked a tight end. It fits. It works. It works. Now is our 3rd round pick. And honestly, I don't think the Dolphins are going to end up picking at 11. Call me crazy, but there's just something in me that doesn't think that the Dolphins will be picking at number 11. We already got a QB. We got a tight end. I would love to pick Mark Walton or Nick Chubb, just because I feel like Nick Chubb or a Bo Scarborough, which would be a very underrated pick. But I don't think that, I mean, Mark Walton would be the preferred pick here. But I do want to see Duke Dawson. He's more of a safety. We don't technically need safeties. You just want to take the best player available. Eddie Pinheiro, I think, is going to be an outstanding kicker. Travion Young and Chad Thomas are 2 guys that I do like as well as Taven Bryan. I'm saying best player available. And I think these 2 are 2 guys I really like as well, Mason Cole and Frank Ragnow. I think I want to... I think I'm going to go with Mark Walton. Just because I like Walton, I'm going to go with Walton. And if available in the 4th round, I'm going to get either a Chad Thomas or a Marcus Davenport. Those would be the two I'd be looking at. And if neither of them are available, I'd try to grab one of the centers. So that could be interesting as both of them seem to be dropping very, very fast. So those would kind of be the general area type of picks I'd be going with in the 4th round. Just because I think you could take care of that edge to get another guy there. And I feel like they'll take care of linebacker in the offseason. And I think you need to address some needs in the draft right now that I'm seeing, since this isn't the offseason. And look, linebacker is a very big thing, but without knowing what Raekwon McMillan is yet, I don't think I can go out and pick a linebacker yet. So I want to go best player and then needs along with best player. So at edge rusher, Davenport and Thomas are there. Let me quickly see what Marcus Davenport's stats were this year. Just to see, because it doesn't have it there. So this year he had 8.5 sacks, 17.5 for loss. What about Chad Thomas? Can I just search it up right here? Oh, that's awesome. Chad Thomas. Bam. Chad Thomas had 12.5 tackles for loss and 4.5 sacks. I've heard a lot of good things about Davenport, so I'm gonna go with Davenport and just kind of hope that Mason Cole is there when I pick again, as he gets picked by the Ravens, excuse me. And I'm fine with these two centers. And then after, oh snap. All right. So I'm fine with those two guys. So I'm thinking we're taking care of some needs. And on top of that, I feel like we're doing a good job picking, in my eyes, in my mind, the best player available. Last year, I know you guys saw me at the beginning of the year. I was really keen on Ahkello Witherspoon. And he's played very well for the 49ers this year. He went in the first pick in the 3rd round. So, look, one guy I really like coming out of this draft is Mark Walton. Of course, being a Miami guy, I'm not a University of Miami fan, but I am a Miami guy. I think that Walton could be good. Be nice to keep him in Miami. I don't know everything along those lines, but that seems like a good pick to me. And personally, yeah, I don't know. That seems like a good thing to me. Let's go into the 6th round and see where we go from there. And wait till we are picking. Wait till we're on the clock, see what we can get. I was going to say that I'd be down to get DeAndre Goldsby just to have another guy there. I'm feeling like we need to go linebacker or defensive lineman, like a defensive tackle. Let's take a look at Scott Pagano and see what his stats are. Scott Pagano. And let's see kind of what he is. So he went from Clemson to Oregon this year and didn't have much production. He hasn't really had much production even at Clemson. What about Deidrin Senate? So out of South Florida, he had 6 sacks this year, 10.5 for loss, 35 solo tackles. Definitely his best year of his career in terms of production. So I will actually take that. Deidrin Senate out of South Florida. And is he a D tackle or a defensive lineman? Defensive tackle. So that's perfect. Perfect for what we need. Fits my mold. And we get to continue. Next, I'm going to try to go linebacker. So I think we'll look at some of these guys that are here. I'll probably look at Frank Ginda or Nick DeLuca. If not, then we'll just probably end up taking a corner or anything. You never know. Hell, we could select a freaking punter. You never know. what we could do. Yeah. So we go and we're on the clock. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do with this pick. Let's see what Frank Ginda. Let's see his stats. Excuse me. Frank Ginda. Let's look at his stats. This year, he, junior at San Jose State, 173 tackles, a big increase from his sophomore total, where he was 49-49 for 98. This year was 94-79. 13 tackles for loss, 2 sacks. Didn't have an interception this year, had one last year. Had 3 pass deflections and 3 forced fumbles. 0 recoveries, unlike the 2 he had last year. 1 which went for a touchdown. Interesting. But he had a pretty good year this year. So I think I like Frank Ginda here as kind of a little 7th round pick prospect, kind of like a Chase Allen. How tall is he? 6 foot. So yeah, a little bit of a little Chase Allen type of guy there. Then let's go. We could, just because he's here, I'm going to take a Braxton Berrios. And if you guys want to look at his stats, let's go take a look at them. Braxton Berrios. If you guys hear a train in the background, I'm sorry. My window is open because it's chilly outside in Miami, and I want to take advantage of it. So he's a senior this year, obviously, going into the NFL draft. 54 receptions, the biggest production he's had since his freshman year. 670 yards, 12.4 average, 9 touchdowns this year. 1 attempt rushing for 9 yards. From scrimmage, yeah, pretty much. So he's, a solid slot receiver. Nothing too huge, but he's a solid slot receiver. Probably a guy you could build up. I believe he's 5'9". So, it's solid. It's solid. And so you see our draft. I like this draft a lot. The guys who I'm probably most excited for would obviously be Baker Mayfield, Ginda, Sennett, and Walton. I haven't heard a lot about Dallas Goedert, but let's take a look at his things anyway. So let's go Dallas. He's not even on here, is he? Nope. Unless it's this. Yeah, so Dallas Goedert isn't even here. That's interesting. What if I just search up Dallas Goedert stats? Interesting that he's not even there. But South Dakota State, Dallas Goedert, this year had 1 rush attempt for 3 yards. He had 72 receptions for 11 yards, and 7 touchdowns out of South Dakota State. So that's interesting. And it's only his 2nd year of play, so that kind of, you can see why. He is 6'4". He had 72 receptions. Yes. Okay. I like that pick. All right, cool. So that's nice. I actually really like this draft. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you would have done different. Let me know who you guys would have picked. If you guys want to do one of these mock drafts, I will try to put the link for FanSpeak as the top link in the description, as well as this link for you guys for sports reference, so you can search up the player and kind of look at their stats and their production and other stuff like that. Maybe if they've gone through any injuries or anything along those lines, so that you guys can take a good old hard look at it for yourselves and kind of get, down to the nitty gritty. I will not start doing an actual full mock draft in terms of what I tried to do for you guys last year, which is me predicting picks 1 through 32 up until after the combine and up until we kind of have a better idea of who these players are. So that's why I'm doing it through this. So it's a little more interesting, and I feel like I also get to learn more about players like you guys do, as well as I will be starting up my, I guess you could say, draft breakdown type videos that I did last year. I will try to start those up sometime before the combine is where I'll try to do those, or maybe sometime at the beginning of February after the Super Bowl. So that's cool and dandy. I will see you guys next time. I hope you guys enjoyed hope you're enjoying Wild Card Football. I'll see you guys next time, and as always, peace.